on and this grant that was upholding the city and this recovery school district that's here in New Orleans. Anyway, we lost the grant. I don't know if niggas wasn't taking attendance right or whatever, but I guess we was just a bad school, to be honest. We lost the grant, and when they started pulling all the files to see which personnel they think would be most valuable to move over to new schools, renegotiate contracts, pulling everybody's assets, they found that, at the time I didn't have a degree because I had also left Howard 3 credits short of graduation. But I said, fuck that, I was coming down here to be a teacher.
Yeah.
So the 5th or 6th time of being fired would be those 2 institutions that eventually found out that I didn't have my degree and they sent me packing, couldn't afford the rent. Nigga would gain like 60 pounds. I ate Papa John's 7 days a week because I had figured out a hack to get free pizza, but I ain't had no money. So I was just getting all these free pizzas. I was just thick and unhappy. So when I came back down this time, we came down here to sell our dirty magazine, to do the thing, which I definitely want to talk about here in a second. But when we came down here this time, I didn't want to Geronimo! I didn't. Yeah, come on. Yeah. No, you good. That's your chair right there. Okay. That's your chair. We got a wireless mic. We got a special guest, everybody.
Hey.
We got Geronimo is in the building. Here you go.
Good morning, good people. Is it on?
It's on.
Okay.
Can the people wait? Say something.
Something.
Yep. Yeah, you good. That's crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are on Instagram, you are missing a real treat right now because you just gonna get the negative space in between us. But you should go over to YouTube right now, do everything that you can, get involved, because we got a special guest. We are not in DC, by the way.
No.
No. We not in Bethesda either, my nigga.
You see this cute ass background.
Yeah.
Bethesda.
They don't got them trees in motherfucking Upper Marlboro.
Well, first of all, they ain't even got palm trees.
Right.
Or, oak trees and all of that, you know what I mean? And crazy humidity at, what time is it?
And it is
8:46.
8:46 in the morning. You still got my preacher towel. My preacher towel. Woo! What in the Baptist church?
Well, I'm going to turn to my neighbor and say thank y'all for having me. Imani, it's a pleasure to meet you finally in real life.
Pleasure to meet you, too.
Y'all haven't met in real life?
Nah,
I've seen him in person, but we
Y'all
haven't
was both
actually
at
met.
the Brainstorm.
Oh, shit.
He was at the Wake and Bake
I
Fest.
was.
You was there.
Okay.
I think I was with you when you met
Speaking
him.
of Wake and Bake, let me get my pen because I like to be discreet and shit.
Nice. Is that like a wood tip at the?
Yeah.
Oh, you a classy motherfucker, man. Yeah, you a classy motherfucker, man. All right, Geronimo, what brings you to New Orleans? Although I already know. Let's talk like the people don't know.
Those are nice glasses, too, by the way.
Man,
yeah.
Those are wood frame, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yes.
You good?
Y'all got some water?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the company that makes these frames is called Boten. They are a Ghanaian company based in Toronto.
Okay.
BOHTEN. Look them up. They frames are ill. They ain't cheap, but they ill.
Well, money looks good on you.
Support a black business.
Now, wait a minute now. Toronto, Ghanaian, you saying black in the terms of diasporic black?
Yes.
Gotcha.
As in skin color, as in there's some cultural, connections there,
Yeah.
while keeping in mind, we all different, whatever, but yeah.
Yeah.
Support a black business.
Boom. Speaking of which, tell me about last night. How was it?
Man,
Well, tell me what it was first.
Okay, so hold on. Let me I'm trying to get on my IG real quick. But yeah, man, the party's called Ascendance. It is a party that is themed off of the Zodiac.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you. And they do it every month, based and each month is themed off whatever zodiac sign is the month's zodiac. So this is Cancer season. The party it's an alternative party. It's not a top 40 type of deal. It's not turning up with bottles and models and bottles and models and all of that.
So there were no bottle girls at Ascendance last night?
No, it's not that type of party.
All right, for sure.
It's open to everybody, and it is a very safe space for queer, trans, non-binary people, gender non-conforming, all of that. It is a party for the people. They are unapologetically black.
Yeah.
But there's people of all races and backgrounds who come out to this party. And I've been going since I lived down here back in 2019. 5-year-old party. So last night, that was their party they did for Essence Festival. It's Essence Festival for anybody who didn't know.
By the way,
down here. So if you are down here, you see, a lot of black folks dressed to the nines, moving through this heat. You know why.
Took me out.
Yeah, got the lady in the house yesterday. She had to come in the house.
Yeah, I had to come lay down.
Had to come on in the house.
You can't go. I mean, you can. I don't understand how. Especially, I see so many women like with the beat face and the hair, and I'm like, it is 1,000 degrees outside.
I know you cooking in there. Okay. It's just your brain is just.
I'm pretty sure you still look good and without all the extra.
Right.
Don't make that face. Look, okay, I know some people don't, but I ain't want to go. It's Sunday, man. Happy Sunday. But yeah, man, I really wish y'all would have came out to see it. I've been every time I know people are coming into town, and I'm here for Ascendance, or I know Ascendance is happening, I'm like, yo, y'all got to go to Ascendance. Like, this is one of my favorite parties, and I don't have many.
Wow.
But I make it a point to let people know. So next time y'all here, and if it's
down
around
here,
Ascendance, you got to see it. You
got to pull up.
You got to pull up, and that's for any Ascendance on Instagram at ASCEN.dance. I am not on payroll. I just fuck with them. Those are people.
Big facts, though. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this party, because something very interesting happened in the party, and it's my show. I can talk about it.
Okay.
Something very interesting happened in this situation. So we are down here during Essence Fest, and I kind of want to talk about Essence Fest kind of in the same light that I was talking about Something in the Water and the Cannabis Festival. You have a little closer touch to how the community feels more than I did 10 years ago. What is the people's feeling around Essence Fest coming to New Orleans? Millions of people through the streets treating natives like they just work at CVS.
Is that what y'all observed? You saw people who were clearly tourists in town for Essence, not treating fellow black New Orleanians in a positive way, in a respectful way.
Is that what we experienced?
I'm asking, is that what you observed?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it was more of like the natives not being necessarily open to.
And I think well, I agree.
Yeah.
So I think that is all. I think what you observed is, and what I observed, we put those together, is like chicken and egg.
Yeah. Right.
I feel like it's. I definitely saw a few black folks treating New Orleans people almost like they were just velvet ropes, instead of like actual people. And in seeing that in real life, it kind of connected me right back to how I was feeling about Something in the Water and how I was feeling about and the National Cannabis Fest. I just felt like it was disconnected from local to a point that it almost felt disingenuous to be there. And I also want to say, like, I'm part of the problem. I'm running through the streets trying to sell this physical magazine and this piece of art without contributing to the culture, without making a permanent stance within New Orleans, strictly trying to profit from the people who are here. So I am also niggas. I am also niggas, but at the same time, I'm also pulling from inferences from like 10 years ago. Like, I remember sitting in conversations with, I used to hang out with the slam poetry team here, and you know how slam niggas are. Anyway, don't get me started on slam. Can't stand that shit no more. But anyway, don't get me started. But you know how slam niggas are. They get romantic with their language. And they just talk about it all the time. Like, they hated Essence Fest. Like, they had events, like anti-events specific to Essence Fest. And it reminds me of Fort Harriet in D.C. doing an anti-something in the water. So tell me, am I off?
That's every year. That's every year. And this is through conversations I've had with native New Orleanians.
Yeah.
New Orleanians are very protective of their space and culture. They're very warm, open people. Cause the type of interactions that I had when I first got here with perfect strangers, I was like, damn, why are you being so nice? But me growing up in the DC area and having lived in New York City and places like that, I'm more guarded when I'm like, what's the catch? You know what I mean?
Right.
But they were being genuine. However, sitting down in conversation, these are people who really know their history and culture about where they from. And they make every effort to hold on to that and express that in a genuine, authentic way. And so with events like Essence Festival, and also knowing the economic makeup of a city like New Orleans, and it's called the northernmost Caribbean city. It's not a wealthy city whatsoever. Vastly different. The way black people live here is vastly different than the way black people live in the DMV. Right. But with that, when people come, black people with means have a tendency to go to poorer black areas and act as if they are above just because of the economic difference between the two.
Right.
It happens on resorts in the Caribbean. It happens here. Yeah. And so for you to say you observe what you observe on both sides, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And especially knowing like most of the people working in the service industry here are black. So it's like, damn, I mean,
it is. It's like everybody we've seen at work has been a black New Orleans.
Even in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Even in the kitchens. Like, nowadays we used to seeing, Latin people working in the kitchens, in other regions, but here it's still black people working in the kitchens, all the way down to the dishwasher. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it would serve people to approach people as people. It would serve us on both sides. And I'm black.
Right.
And every black person deserves the same level of respect, unless otherwise given another reason otherwise.
Yeah, right.
But like, just because one may be poor, one may be middle class, rich, famous, unknown, whatever, educated, high school dropout, whatever the case may be, collectively, and I know I'm sounding all like first thing in the morning, but collectively,
that's that kind of show though.
Yeah, but collectively, like we not good. Like,
no, we're not good.
We're not good. So why try to?
It is wild.
Why try to use the privilege you have to feel, have an experience and a feeling that could very well be aligned with what you get from white people,
right?
Towards us and towards other people of color. You know what I mean? So that again, what y'all both observe is spot on,
right? But we a solution-based podcast,
and I just want to say for any New Orleanians that watch this, I'm not trying to speak for y'all, but
it's just me and you on here right now. It's all right. It's
I know,
you
I
and
know,
Kendall.
I know, but I want to say that because I'm not from here.
Yeah.
I love New Orleans. I'm honored and grateful to have experienced living here, and having the people in my life that's from here in my life. But this is I guess it's the closest representative. I'm an authorized representative.
There you go.
I am an authorized.
You got your papers? Pull your papers out.
I got my papers.
You got your papers?
I got my papers. I got my pass somewhere.
Now, okay, but see, I'm not from New Orleans, but I'm gonna give you a pass anyway. Okay. Because I'm saying that because I feel like we can pull from a common experience.
Yeah.
What I'm seeing here from a very local community is very reflective of what I'm seeing back home. And Lafayette told me, get your ass out there and travel, and you'll be able to have some new ideas and some new perspectives.
I don't understand why you ain't been traveling. I think about that all the time. Like DC, like BeMo don't ever leave DC, and it's like it ain't like he like you good. I ain't gonna put your business out there.
I'm all right.
He's good.
Right.
He could travel.
Yeah.
I'm like, because that's what I was doing.
Yeah,
when I first started All the Fly Kids, like I was going wherever I had people, whatever. You know what I mean? And it helps.
Yeah.
It helps with the ideas and everything.
It's helping. But in seeing that and seeing the comment here, it's kind of like I see the fault in my ways. Actually, you know what I saw the other day? I was on Bourbon and a drone flew by.
I didn't
and
see
it
that.
stopped me. Like it stopped me in my tracks. Like I was like, what is this? What is this in the sky? Why is it floating there?
Yeah.
And it turns out, it's a drone. But in DC, you can't fly drones.
Right.
No, you cannot.
So when I saw one, I literally culture shock on Bourbon Street at my big age of 33, like, what is this? What is this machine? This is how they get them shots. I know that's how they get them shots, but I have never seen a drone in person. Drones have been out, 10 years, 11 years? I've never seen a drone in person. No. The closest I got, we had an after-school program when I was at After School All-Stars. Boo. Boo. The closest I got, the kids used to fly drones in the gym. But the gym ceiling, it was like a private school too. So like the gym was actually just like a big room. We gotta treat kids better. We gotta do the kids better.
So you're saying what you observe is
Mike.
similar to what you.
Yeah.
So you're saying what you observe is similar to what you're seeing in DC.
Yes, and now I'm shocked. I am shocked. When I got the message from your girl, it sounded like me. Now she is way more in tune and aligned than I am in certain things, and we speak a different language, but the output was the same. Because here I was thinking, if some niggas from LA pulled up to DC and Something in the Water was on Sunday, and they hit me Saturday morning talking about hey, can you help us make money? I'd be like, nigga, what? Nigga, what? What? No. Not when I got to put Blackstone on still. Not when I still got to put on Yaj. Not when I got to get off River is Wild. Not when I got to get Jada off. Now I'm just all of a sudden partnering and parlaying with these niggas from LA that just popped up all of a sudden. Who am I? And I see the faults of my ways. Now that I'm in New Orleans listening to that message, not to say the old girl is wrong, not to say that I'm wrong when I get back home, but I see the fault. Got to move your feet.
I'm glad that you see the fault, and you know that's why I kind of was responding to you in the way that I was, because I already knew what she was going to say to you every time.
Oh, yeah.
But I told you I would say something, I would holler at her, and I wanted to, I'm a man of my word, so I wanted to do that. But
I needed that.
But I knew what she was going to say.
I needed that.
I knew what she was going to say.
And I needed that message. I don't know if you sent me that message on purpose or if she recorded that message for me, but I needed that message.
Yeah.
I needed that. I didn't know if I needed that 9 hours into the road already on the way over here.
Yeah.
But like, it made me look up like, huh. So we got this magazine. You ain't even seen the magazine yet.
I have not seen
Let me
the
get your live
magazine.
reaction. Here, boom. Get that.
All right, hold up. If I join the live on Instagram, would that cause like some serious audio issues?
We can't.
Okay. Okay.
We just can't. Because we run the live through OBS. So it's like we're not even on our own Instagram. Like we're watching it from Wake and Bake with BeMo.
Oh, okay. It says you live.
Yeah, but I can't. Like if I was on Instagram, I can't then go live.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there.
But you can go live.
Oh, I can go live with mine.
Yeah, you can go live on yours.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Okay, let me try that.
We get a two-angle situation going on.
Keep talking, because I'm multitasking.
No, I see the faults in my ways, and actually I'm just trying to think about solutions. So as we are down here promoting and distributing and trying to sell this magazine as much as possible, I'm thinking about like worldwide appeal. It's always interesting. I drove 18 hours down here, which I know. Would you drive down here? You never drive down here. You only gonna do it once. We already talked about it. It's interesting in driving down here. It's always when I'm on these like long road trips and I'm in these like really weird vacant spaces that I have very metropolitan questions. The first time was in the mountains of Colorado when it was nothing. It was literally nothing for miles, and I randomly passed an elementary school. I was on the interstate, and it was just an elementary school, nothing else. It didn't even seem like it was a parking lot. It was an elementary school in the middle of two farms and a mountain on the other side. And I said to myself, these people are not thinking about metropolitan problems. They're not thinking about like gun control as it pertains to mass shootings. You know how hard it would be to do a mass shooting right there? No, you wouldn't. Thank you. No, you wouldn't. Nah, it seemed like it might have been 7 kids at that school. Or we was driving back from Tampa, and we were driving down 301 in Florida. And on the left-hand side of the road, there was a school that was obviously an elementary, middle, and high school, all in the same building.
It wasn't that big.
Huh?
It wasn't that big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like 45 kids knew each other. Like, knew each other their whole life. They're not thinking about the same problems and the same issues that we got. So how do we appeal? And them people nasty. Them people like to smoke. Them people have black thoughts. Them people like good music. Them people buy the products that we sell and enjoy the things that we produce. How do we get more worldwide people? Got to move them feet. Got to move them feet. I think season 4 might be all on the road.
You got to move your feet, and you have to, especially when operating down south. You gotta meet people where they are. You gotta approach them like, yo, I like what y'all doing. I've been following. You gotta support a little bit and show genuine interest and whatnot before you even start kicking like, yo, what you think about collaborating? Or what you think? I got this idea, I think would greatly benefit y'all.
Yeah.
Are you willing to sit down and listen to, what I'm thinking? You know what I mean? And as I told you on the phone, being up in the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast on the East Coast, like, we have a tendency to be very gregarious in our ambitions, and when I lived here, I had the opportunity, I don't like to say I was humbled, because I know what humble actually means, the actual definition. But
you just slowed down.
I was made to pause.
Tempered.
And tempered, yes.
Tempered.
I was tempered and was like, look, you can't put your ambitions on other people, because they actually might know they could be doing X, Y, Z at a P level. You know what I mean? But they good where they are.
True.
You dig what I'm saying? So it's up to people like us to keep that in mind.
That's true.
And just know, like, throw it out there when the time is right, whatever you're thinking. And if they with it, they with it. If they not, they not. You know what I mean? But you gotta respect people and meet people where they are, because we don't know if they're actually comfortable with what they got going on or not. You know what I mean? And who's to say what we think would be better is actually better?
Yesterday I was walking around with Kayla's shirt, and her shirt says, "Drink water makes your pussy wetter." That's what it say, right? Drink water. Drink more water makes your pussy wetter. And I only got 2 reactions all day. I saw thousands of people, only got 2 reactions one day. One was like, cool shirt. The other was like, that's disgusting. Only got 2 reactions. And then there was another time we were taking portraits on Canal, and 2 white cops bought the Zero issue. And we were taking pictures with them, and the white lady cop was like, I can't take a picture with this in my uniform.
Yeah.
And my first thought was to be like, why not? But then I answered the question, but even before I said it, I was like, oh, we're selling a dirty magazine.
Yes, and they are on duty.
Yeah. Not only that, like, even to bring it out on, like, even a farther metaphor to the point of what you're just saying, like, what I'm selling may not be what you like.
Right.
Like, your reaction could not be cool t-shirt. Your reaction could very well be, nah, that ain't for me.
But a city like New Orleans is a very queer city. There's a lot of sexual energy.
Well, we was in the tourist area. Right. We must have been in the tourist area, because these niggas was lipping dry. I tell you that right now.
Well, again, it's Essence Festival weekend. And as we have talked about, and I say all the time, no matter even despite most black people voting Democrat, we are quite culturally conservative.
We are quite brainwashed. What you say? What you say?
He said it.
What you
That's
say?
his words.
What you say?
We are quite culturally conservative.
Okay.
People my age and up for sure. It's just like, I don't know about engaging with this in public. Yeah. This magazine, but younger people are definitely way more open and in that way.
Man, this is a case study we got going on today. Okay. It's like the people we sold to are we older people?
I'm definitely older.
How old are you?
I'll be 40 in September.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Where's the party? How much I need to save? Oh, because I know you're not gonna be. It's not gonna be at home. So how much I need to save?
I'm actually thinking about doing something here, but I'm actually thinking about doing something here. So I'll let you know ahead of time.
Would it be Are you a Scorpio by perchance?
I am a Virgo.
Damn. Well, congratulations. Sorry. Sorry.
But so you're saying a case study. So what are you saying that?
So what I've seen is like, one, it's physical.
Okay.
In it being physical, I noticed
it's like ooh, Playboy or
no. Like after like younger than I'd say 27, it's like, what is this worth to me? So me and my man Yogi, we was taking portraits and selling the magazine at the same time. I told the young lady, we'll give you your portrait and the magazine for $10. And she was like, oh, so you're going to sell me the picture for $10? And I was like, no, like this is a whole thing. Like we got work in there, articles and conversations.
Do you know how much it costs to print something like that? Like, and people don't even understand the cost that goes into
see it that way.
Print materials.
She don't see it. It's like to her, and even like, and even the flaw in our system here. You go to the convention center, they're giving out. You can go get a bag of these. It may not be that, but you can go get a bag of these of people just trying to sell you shit. So to her, it's like, what is this worth? You're just trying to sell me a couple pictures and trying to get this little piece of paper off on me. I didn't even want to give it to her. I felt like she was going to throw it on the ground.
Right.
I forgot what my point was.
Oh,
the case study.
Yeah.
So like after you get like, so under like a certain age, it's kind of like, what is a dirty magazine?
It's like what's phone sex?
Right.
I remember phone sex.
Same.
Me too.
Good times.
You know, now I do.
And that's what's wrong with you niggas. You can't communicate.
What do
and
people
that's
do?
why
FaceTime sex now? That's what they do. FaceTime sex.
Huh? Is that what they do?
FaceTime sex. That's what it is. WhatsApp sex.
No FaceTiming?
I guess so.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. You know.
Too many dimensions, man. Too many dimensions, man. I feel like I gotta do crunches before I get on the FaceTime.
Hey,
I gotta get some angles going.
Video
on.
chatting has probably done wonders for long distance relationships. I'm
Absolutely.
sure.
Terrible for people's ability to use narrative language, though.
Yeah, that's true. I enjoy phone sex. It is because I enjoy phone sex because it's like, damn, okay, let me see how smooth I am. You know what I mean? Like, let me see
how quick I can do.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Keep the vibe consistent. Keep it going.
You know why you like phone sex?
Why is that?
Because you a podcaster. Because you a
journalist.
Because you an interviewer.
I like phone sex way before I was doing any of that.
No, it's the base skill.
Oh,
you know
okay.
what I mean?
I got
it's
you.
all there.
You're
a communicator.
Yeah.
I was listening to BeMo Jones while we were on the way down here. Everybody was sleeping in the car, so I put on BeMo Jones. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Works out. He's going to put people to sleep anyway, so I might as well put it on when folks to sleep. Put it on BeMo Jones, and he said, most people can't come onto a mic and do 6 minutes. Like, you put a mic and a camera on in a live broadcast, most people can't talk for 6 minutes about a thing.
Yeah, that's true. It's not easy doing monologues.
Oh, no.
It's not easy at all.
No. That's why I say thank you to the lady of the house all the time. I need the interjections and the comments. I need it, because if not, I had another podcast before this where it's just me.
The right place to be, Mo.
The right place to be,
I enjoyed the right place to be, Mo, man.
You did?
I did, man.
But you know what happened? The last time I recorded an episode, the engineer fell asleep in the studio, and I was like, you know what?
Oh.
Maybe I need something a little more back and forth. Because even BeMo Jones' solo show is him and his producer. Howard Stern's show is him and his producer. The Dave Letterman show is him and the dude on the piano. So what we gonna do when it comes to this hyperlocality? Because we are a solution-based podcast. What do you suggest we do? We meet people in their context. But how do you do? So like
you have
the thing that I text you was like, had I known about that 40 days ago, I'd have hit her up 38 days ago, and it'd been like, all right, cool. We could have worked out a relationship. We could have gone like a little slower. I think she still would have fucked with it. And at the end of the day, I said they needed volunteers, and maybe I could have thought about it more and like covered them as a story. Brought the Washington Informer involved, did like a real partnership type situation. We could have thought about that in 38 days, but would that have been too fast?
You was moving like you was pushing P.
I am pushing P.
And that's how you was moving. Like, we just about to get this shit off real quick and come right the fuck back.
Yeah.
And you can't move like that in some places. So that's why you should travel more.
Yeah, I see.
And really build some connections in different places so you can really learn how different regions move. Like, I am a fast moving person. Mm-hmm. However, I am very purposeful and intentional about cultural connectivity. And that's why I'm able to speak about the things that I speak about the way that I do, because I dig into the theory, whether the theory be me reading some documentation or watching a documentary or if there is having conversations with the people who live and breathe and eat a thing. So you got to do that, because when you do that, then you know, okay, we want to expand, we want to get the word out. So the strategy we can create will apply differently to different cities, because not every city moves the same.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
So
no, and it is a difference between the connection of the locality, and honestly, the only reason I care about my interaction with New Orleans because of the similar experience that I have in DC. That's the only reason I care. I could very well see somebody who is not us still continuing to pull the strategy wherever they go, because there's a very big difference between this Essence crowd, this festival crowd, this national crowd coming into this place, and the people who are from here and how we could engage them. Like,
y'all should have been down here doing Pride. Yeah. That would have been the time, like, boom, easy.
That'd have been a different thing.
Easy.
I'm not even saying that we're unsuccessful in this moment right now. It'd have just been a different thing. It'd have been a more like we're going down there to sell and stick a magazine. We didn't even I talked to 2 like storefronts. We're not even like leaving anything down here for real. It is simply a strategy of trying to sell and move. And shit, by the end of the day, we might start giving these motherfuckers out at some point. It is a strategy to try to get this thing across the country and get as much attention as possible from a natural situation. But there are flaws. There would have been flaws in coming for specifically Pride too, because I don't think I sold to any queer people.
Well, you probably didn't see anybody. If y'all were focused on the areas, the main areas for Essence Festival, you know, you probably didn't see any queer people for real. You know,
probably.
You know.
Probably. Who's on the other side of Bourbon Street?
Yeah, you know. So, but considering the content of the magazine, you got to consider the easier lift. The easier lift would be to make sure you are around the people that are represented in this magazine, and the people who generally are more open and more sexually open and educated. You know, sexually liberated, even if you want to go that far. Not just like, we got this. You know, it's definitely got to be way more targeted.
We could disagree, but we're gonna take a quick break, sweetheart. Can we get maybe Delilah going? We'll be right back with more Awake and Make We Be Mo. Oh, yeah. Appreciate you.
Delilah says to us, children of Samson, love me. Delilah says, I love those who love me, so learn how to love me. Delilah says, do as I say. Delilah says, doing what I say equals loving me, which equals me loving you. So if you truly, truly want me, then do this. Delilah says, cut it. This is no place for your hair or the God that resides inside of it. Side with me, Delilah says, pick me and not your hair. Delilah says the fruits of her ripe labor are at the tips of your fingers. Just cut off the history weighing you down. Delilah says it is not about where you came from, it is about where you are going. Delilah says she can fix your past, all of it was a mistake. Delilah says fix your mistakes. Delilah says you do not deserve her love until you fit the description, until the God in you fits the description. The God in your kinks is unprofessional. Delilah says that the God in your locks is simply too dreadful for the beauty of the workplace, for the beauty of her. Delilah says side with her, she'll give you all the power the God in you used to have. Untwist the God on your scalp, straighten out your head and what sits on top of it. We were told to stay woke. Delilah reminds us this is still no place for our naps. She says choose and be reminded that the God on you is so feared it can only be handled in small doses or small changes. Permit or get rid of it permanently. Delilah will Tower of Babel your high top until it fades out of translation. till it tumbles down like Jericho, simply by her shouting your name. Will you forget how strong it was made to be in the first place? She will deny the notion that your afro is your affirmation of faith, how it soaks up holy water so fast it's as if it was dying of thirst. She tells us it is because it is possessed. We tell her no, the water is simply returning back to its root. She will deny that the Nile that kings and queens drank from runs amongst the desert of knots that is your hair, each strand unapologetically raising up to heaven as if to say, God, we are still here. Amongst everything she tried to tell us, we are still here, still with beautiful hair. God, you anointed our heads with olive oil, our cups have overflown indeed. She will make a forest fire of chemicals, burn the very nature that gives your scalp oxygen. She will detox the holy out of you, make you call your hair heresy, make you fear worth through those that want your features but not your struggle. She will lie. She will tell you that your hair is an exorcism waiting to happen, is a house full of demons that must be baptized in a river of product sins that must be cleansed with a set of clippers and even a pair of Holy Marys. She will leave you detesting the very fabric of your texture. She will tell you that you are not pretty enough to be with her. You are not professional enough to eat with her. You are not you enough for anything that she has to offer. Delilah says abandon your hair. She says abandon your heritage. Delilah says abandon your God. He cannot exist in hair. And we look at her and say, he already exists in our hair regardless.
Welcome back to Wake and Bake with BeMo. I missed that BeMo. Yeah. Got my man Geronimo here. This is the season finale of season 3, Wake and Bake with BeMo. Lady of the house. I'm so proud.
Yeah.
It's been a great season, actually.
It has.
Technology has been cool. We took it on the road. That was dope. We had the live show.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. Few sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
We made thousands of dollars, which is interesting.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I keep telling people, how many people on right now? How many people on right now?
It's 2. I don't know how many on YouTube.
There's 2 people on Instagram and like 3 people on YouTube and maybe like 2 people on Twitter. We making $1,000 per person that's on here. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So don't hesitate, man. Go out there, do your thing.
Right.
Make the content because, you know, who knows? Honestly.
This is your sign.
Who knows? This is your sign.
Yeah.
Get on the road. Move your
Right.
feet.
Do that thing.
We are down in New Orleans doing that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we did the thing. And what's funny is, like, there's so many things that have happened over this weekend that just made me feel like we were in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, although we just had this conversation about my local sensitivity. But I repeat, like, if I wasn't from, I'm not from D.C. That's crazy.
You better say
Wow.
if I wasn't.
What happened?
Wow.
What?
Real, what a revelation just now.
Yeah.
That's why you got to move your feet.
Yeah.
Well, this is why I was about to say, like, although I am hypersensitive to the feelings of how the local community feels, or empathetic towards the local community's feelings. I feel that way because I'm from DC, but I'm not from DC. I'm not from DC.
I know.
I be forgetting. You know I'm not from anywhere.
I thought you was from Mississippi.
No.
You're not from Tennessee?
No.
You're not from...
Not from Florida.
Virginia?
Not from South Carolina.
Where
not
have
from
you lived
Virginia.
the longest?
DC.
For real?
Yeah.
You moved around that much growing up.
I'm also 33. Like, I moved here to come to college. That was when I was 18 years old.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, what region of the country formed your early outlook and perspective of the world?
Where does it seem like I'm from now?
I mean, you still come off like a Southern dude to me.
How? Because I feel myself getting so hard I just feel it. I just comes so hard. Like, I don't know if that's just age and stubbornness, but am I just a stubborn old man? Is that what it is?
Yes. Yes, that's
okay.
what it
Yes.
is.
Oh, yes, a
Yes.
double yes? All right,
Yeah.
bet.
You remind me of several men in my family.
You definitely give the angry uncle vibe that you're
Yes.
sitting on the porch like, now what the fuck is going? You know, these motherfuckers.
Man, these motherfuckers
Sick of
out
this
here,
shit.
man. I am. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I am sick of this shit.
You know?
Okay, cool. As long as I still seem like I'm from the South, but I would say, I matured into a Southern man, but I grew up like a Midwestern boy.
Okay.
Because a lot of my memories from like middle school, early high school, elementary school come from Missouri. Jefferson City, Missouri. I was there when Nelly dropped Country Grammar, and it meant a different thing.
I'm sure.
What a time.
Yeah,
I'm sure it
What a
did.
time.
it meant a different thing for the black kids in the city 2 hours away from St. Louis who were separated from blackness in a sense. I remember when EI came on at the middle school party, and we were, I think, in 7th grade, and all the black kids kind of like circled up. And I do remember looking around like, it's not a lot of us. And these white kids, they understand, but they don't really understand what's going on right now. We chicken head and they applauding, but like the chicken head's not an old dance. You can learn right now, but they looking at it like it's archival, like it's like some people's a cultural thing to be entertained by. No, this is a participatory situation. This is how you get in. It meant a different thing. But yeah, Geronimo right now, we came down here to New Orleans, all this reflection. We came down here to New Orleans to do a thing, which was to get off our magazine, distribute, talk about, get people to buy this situation. We doing all right at the moment. I want to get your general reaction though. What do you think? What are your thoughts? You holding it in your hands. It's just me and you and a couple other folks. You were a contributor in the joint.
I am. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
I was like, did I contribute something?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But yeah, I just read what I wrote. Yeah, that was cool. Reading it back, it seems a lot better. So I was like, it's got to make sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Everybody makes sense.
I need to sit with it a little longer before I give my feedback.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why's that?
because
I feel like that's an important note.
I'm still processing. That's why. I'm taking my time with it.
Take your time.
Yeah, taking my time
But
with
talk about why you're taking your time.
because there is one, it has been a very long time for myself even that I've held physical media in this way, like
Yeah.
a periodical,
Yeah.
so to speak. You know, also there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, but it's not jarring. You know, it's not jarring. It's not like, oh, wait, I got to put this, like, it's not overly stimulating. I'll say that. Stimulating, but not overly. And I also want to make sure that I fully understand, like, the layout, the positioning of all the photos, the graphic design and everything like that. Like, I'm looking through it as a marketer.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm taking my time with it.
Man.
Now, off first glance, I'd be
Yeah.
like, oh, man, this is cool, man. Yeah, you got to get this out. Oh, you're talking about, you know, BDSM and black people.
Mhm.
You know, you got an advice column, Distressed and Dickless, and, you know, you've got something about fashion and sustainability. Got art. You know, you've got some Afrofuturism, if that's what y'all were going for with this, you know, Build-A-Bitch Factory, which when I read that, I was like, yo, I've been talking about Build-A-Bitches for so long. And here y'all go talk about a whole Build-A-Bitch Factory at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm even curious to see what kind of feedback y'all will get on this, because the high level of body modification that is occurring among black women
What a point.
is
Yeah.
it's
What a point.
it's crazy. But I often see online, at least sometimes, if there's too much negative criticism of that, it will be. It's like, well, these women are free to do, what they want, and I'm just like, but
it's a fair point. You can do what you want with your body, man.
That doesn't take away the fact that there is something going on, that this trend and is like mimicry. Like there's becoming a standard of a look. Like you're like, oh, she look like an IG model. You know what I mean?
Sound familiar, sweetheart?
You know.
We were trying to talk about this without talking about it for so long.
Yeah, and so it does look like, and even if a lot of these women you see on Instagram or wherever haven't really got any work done, they're just using filters, but it still looked like the same archetype across the board. It might be a little variation here and there, and to me, that takes away a realistic understanding and appreciation of natural body women, and understanding of humanity, and as we grow old, and our bodies changing to reflect what we've been through and things like that, it's unrealistic. And
what is reality? This is where kind of like I have like the intellectual pushback. Like, what is?
I ain't even had no caffeine. Yeah, y'all got some tea? Or
nah, we don't got nothing, but we want it raw.
You got black tea. Okay, and if you have any non-dairy milk, I just take a splash of that. If you got some non-dairy milk,
we don't got nothing.
Okay, I just take the tea. Yeah, I just take the tea.
That's also been a theme of this whole season is like, what exactly is reality? Is the reality, if reality is based on perception, and our perception is moving more towards a digital life, then why wouldn't you augment yourself to survive in a digital perception? And that's
a fair point.
That's why I'm saying.
I never even considered that.
And I was
really trying to form a response, I was like, wait, nah, he right though.
No, I mean, that's
because reality is dealing with what is.
It is.
And external factors across the board have impact on what is.
Right.
Case in point, we're talking about body modifications and surgeries like BBLs and, all this stuff that's happening now. Facial reconstruction, all types of crazy shit.
Yeah.
And for what? I
mean, but as I say that, I understand what you're coming from. Because like also it's also like, why are we chasing this? Even, okay, let's say that digital life is this certain way. This is the reality is. Why do we all want to look that way still? Although we are adapting to that way, why do we want to look that way? And I believe, and one of my hypotheses is, I believe that we, black folks, feel like if we look or we try to attain this type of perfection, then we will somehow find our way towards liberation, free, loss of oppression, more financial success, because that's what we see. The only people that we see that can actually walk around or look like they can walk around liberated, free, or unimpressed are these perfect looking, perfect being, perfect PR'd creatures. So therefore, we just follow in that lane.
All I'm going to say to put a period on this topic is Sarah Sarkey Bartman is turning in her grave right now. And if y'all don't know the story of Sarah Sarkey Bartman, look up Sarah Bartman. Because Sarah is the name that was given to her by her captors, her enslavers. But she was a South African woman. But look her up and think. Once you read her story, think about what we're seeing today with all these these surgeries and everything, all this cosmetic surgery that's happening among black women.
Now it's cool. Now it's like appreciated. Now it's like if you talk about it too much, it's a situation. A young lady was in a cage for her natural body.
Treated like a zoo animal.
For her natural body. And I hope Kayla heard you just now, because the fact that you just brought up her name while holding our magazine, that's one of our source of inspiration. Like, we did this for her.
Okay.
Any other thoughts about the magazine? Because we still you holding it. That means I feel like this whole conversation is being powered by.
I like
You like crime?
I just decided to go like piece by piece. I like this photo of, you know, the face sitting. You know, got a nice voluptuous person.
Voluptuous.
I'm gonna say person because I don't know how this person identify. I'm trying to get better with that. I am an ancient member of the LGBTQ
Come on, bro.
alphabet soup crew. I am.
Come on, bro.
I love my people. We don't necessarily truly all fuck with each other like that, but that's another topic for another day. But I love being a part of the community, the crew. I don't want to call it a community, but I'm an ancient member. But I'm trying to get better and be more, because I told you I'm about to be 40. So I came up in the, when it was still rough out here.
Yeah, you got to update them terms and services, baby. You got to update that.
Still rough. So, yeah, but they got the voluptuous person sitting on the other person's face, you know what I mean? And, like, I like that it's voluptuousness, you know, and not just, you know, slim bodies or whatever, or like chiseled bodies, things like that. Because, you know, big girls and boys and people need love too, you know, and they like to fuck. Ask Lizzo.
Hey. We're going to call her.
Oh, shit. Editor's letter. Awesome. Yes, absolutely. Definitely got to have that. Because especially the days where, you know, these days where people want to connect to the people at the top who's running the show.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I like this this collage here of all the naked bodies.
That's how people submitted those.
Oh, word?
Those are submissions. Those are like...
These are submissions, yo. Like, this ain't just like we went on the internet and clipped some shit.
Nah.
This is like, yeah.
This is like user-generated content.
Aftercare. Yes. Aftercare. Like, let's not be nasty out here, yo. Like, motherfuckers be, you know, because now I know, you know, anybody who watches porn these days still knows, like, there's no more condoms. So you motherfucking going, like, raw and whatnot, and then just, you know, doing your business and putting your pants on and going, like, no. Like, gross. Go wipe your dick off. And, you know, wipe your labia. Wipe your labia too, from front to back. You know, all of that. But the only thing I've had this morning is marijuana.
That's fine. That's fine. We love this. We love this. How long we been on?
54.
Okay.
So yeah. So this is cool. I think once people see it, it's a numbers game. But the more people see it, people are going to fuck with it. And you said, like, despite having encountered some people who were unsure of what they were being handed.
Yeah.
You know, you said y'all, you know, for the most part, it's been well received. So that's good.
We're doing all right.
Okay.
We're doing all right.
It ain't easy, you know, selling out the back of the trunk, man.
You know, it takes a certain energy.
Yeah.
It takes a certain energy, and
as y'all are in New Orleans, the home of Master P, who did that.
It's true. It's something that you said earlier. I wish I need a Master P. Something you said earlier, like, you can't force your ambitions on other people.
Right. You cannot. You definitely can't. You definitely can't. It's a lesson learned, you know?
No, it's a lesson. It's not the lesson I think you're teaching me, but it's a lesson that I'm learning in a particular situation. There is that you cannot force your ambitions on other people. Like, not in the magazine, honestly, it's not, maybe. I don't really feel like I forced myself on anybody. I feel like anybody who actually took it and paid for it was genuinely excited about it. And if they weren't, and they felt like it was coerced on them, I feel like when they got home, they were like, oh, this is not what I thought it was. I thought this was something else. Because you only get, like, in the street, you get like 45 seconds to talk to somebody. Maybe if somebody's really interested, maybe like 3 minutes in total. Yeah. And you still, like, on the street and they're on the way to or from a place that wasn't you. So no, but more so, like, you can't, it takes a particular energy to be a Master P.
Okay. Yeah.
And you can't force that on people. You can try, but it won't work. And I knew that from After School All-Stars. I knew that from Boys and Girls Club. I know that from Creative Theory. And I know that today. And it's not a negative thing. It's just like, it takes I'm willing to go to jail, damn near die. And this is not a joke. I saw the Steve Harvey. There's one thing me and Steve Harvey agree with. He was given an award presentation. He was receiving an award for something. It was like a while ago when he had the little wig.
What?
This is a while ago. Steve Harvey is a pioneer. Yeah, whole time. Steve Harvey was a pioneer.
And now man weaves are a thing.
It's a thing. But he said in that joint.
And that's also something. Brothers, just let it go, man. Just let it go.
Why?
Just let it go.
If technology is you saying technology is improved, but we can't?
Or
get your fake fro on, bruh.
Get the
I don't like the fake locks. I will call you out if I see them.
Fake locks.
I don't like the fake locks, man.
Let it go or get one of them hair regrowth programs.
I got a couple of my mans got the tattoo. You know what I mean? They got the Doc Rivers. It's
okay.
It's just like light gray all the way around permanently.
That's why I just let mine go, because I would have had to go through the whole LeBron process to get my hairline back, and I was like, I'm over this.
Who's you talking about?
You was talking about
what Steve Harvey said.
What Steve Harvey said.
What Steve Harvey said. He was accepting the award. He was thanking his wife, and he was like, he was looking her dead in the face. He was like, these people don't know. I shoot this whole bitch up over you. I'll burn this motherfucker down. Everybody else is laughing. I'm not laughing. I go to jail over the shit. I'll lose a life, but can't ask people to give up their life and their freedom. You can't do that. Again. So where are the Master P's? Maybe I just didn't have enough time to connect with the Master P that's here. Cause there's a nigga, there are people like your girl, and there are some Master P's over here. Somebody out here, just right? Or am I wrong? Or is that why you're moving down here to be Master P? Are you the Master P?
I am not the Master P. I am not trying to be the Master P. Like, I'm pretty sure there is a second coming of Master P down here in some way, shape, or form. I can't really answer. I will say, shout out my guy Supreme MAQ.
Yeah.
What they got with the takeover and everything. They work a lot with a lot of the street rappers in particular in New Orleans.
Nice.
And highlighting them.
I saw a thing as we go on a quick tangent. Thinking of ideas while you travel. Get my Baptist preacher on. I saw a thing. I saw people.
Need your water?
Yeah, let me get my water.
Yeah,
Thank God. Yeah.
Oh shit.
It was the pow. I saw young men performing with live instrumentations, 2 tops, 1 bottom, speakers, not people. 1 subwoofer and 2 2 tops, right?
Okay. I was like,
Out of a
how did you
pickup
know they
truck.
were tops and bottoms? What's happening?
Surveying the people, man. You got to ask these questions, man. You got to ask. No. Performing off the top of their trucks.
Mm-hmm. It sounded great.
It did sound great. I had seen there's a group who does that in DC, the Big Ugly Truck, but they should be like whack. So I hadn't thought about it, but I seen these people and I was like, damn, we got to do that. Well, I'm gonna appropriate that. I'm definitely doing that.
Well, the problem in the city is like DC, as liberal as it is culturally conservative.
Yeah, the city is culturally conservative.
And which is why that whole go-go bill thing, which I was very proud to be able to testify live for,
Geronimo Stamps.
in support of it. That should have been built into the city's tourism in the same way the music of New Orleans is built into the city's tourism.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like natives of DC weren't keeping it alive.
Right.
Like, I remember there used to be a show. It used to be like several bands every week.
Yeah.
Every day there was a show you go to. We had a hotline, the Icy Ice go-go hotline. You called to find out who was playing where, what night. Like go-go was.
What a hotline.
It's
a great idea. Was
a serious, that was life.
Yeah.
But I remember also when the city came out with the what was it, it was like another go-go bill. This was to get the drive the music out the city, which is when you started seeing more shows happening in PG County.
Yeah.
And it's now Virginia. But yeah, that's the problem in the city. It's like trying to do something like that. They're gonna be like, you got to have 5011 permits, whatever, and like your reasoning. You know, for the same reason they like Funk Parade is called Funk Parade. You can't call shit go-go.
Yeah.
You know, it took for all the work that people like Yachty put in.
Funk Parade?
That's why it's called Funk Parade.
Wow.
4 years on the team.
So
About to be executive producer. Chris is my man's. I had never thought about it like that. I just thought it because he was white.
no, don't put go-go in the name of your thing. But
All right.
but even despite all the work like somebody like Yachty has put in for Mochella and whatnot, even what happened this most recent one, I remember when all that type of shit was happening at Go-Go's all the time. They was like, okay, we got to do something. Go-Go's, these bands are violent.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, they are playing to a crowd of people, an audience who live in neighborhoods that are highly violent, and they bring that violence with them.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're gonna call it the thing that it actually is.
It's
So
just violence.
so same thing with the Mochella. But despite all that, the city is just like, maybe we spoke too soon on the go-go thing. You know? So that's the problem in the city, man. It's like being
Yeah.
the fact that you can have a whole festival down here, a whole event every year, Super Sunday.
Yeah.
It's like what Georgia Avenue Day, Unifest, all of that shit used to be. Only thing is, to sell whatever the fuck you gonna sell, food, liquor, you don't need no permit. You just post up.
Yeah.
You know, the police out there make sure nothing pop off, whatever, but you just post up. You get there early and post up and sell your shit. And people like selling top shelf liquor off a table, you know, $5 cups and shit, you know.
This is here?
Yes, here.
Nice.
That could never happen in D.C.
Hell no, man.
with or without a permit ever again.
You saw, I don't know if you saw, but you know, like the mayor was really hardly trying to strike down there was a look and carry thing that was allowed during the pandemic.
Yes.
And tried to strike that down real quick. They wouldn't even let us have speaking of the Funk Parade, we can't have the usual night festival because at this moment it still resembles too much of a bar crawl.
And also it's the proximity to the federal government, you know, all those seats of power. Like I think that's the main reason why it's so conservative in that way, with all the social activities and stuff like that. You know, because you got the White House, you got the Capitol. Like it's got to portray a certain image. To this day, despite all the development that has occurred in D.C. over the past 20 years, there are people who still don't know about the part of D.C. where people live. They just know the federal government, the monuments, the museums. That's what they know. Yeah. You know, still to this day, it's a tale of two cities forever. You know? I mean, but you could try it. I say I see that you enjoy the guerrilla marketing. Guerrilla marketing can be fun. Gives you a rush. I say you give it a shot, man. And
which one are you talking
about? Whatever you want to do.
You talking about with this truck?
Yeah.
I mean, there is a place I enjoy marketing is a weird situation. I actually don't enjoy marketing. I understand marketing and I enjoy having my business. Therefore,
you don't enjoy promoting, or you don't enjoy marketing?
No, now that I work in marketing, I do not like marketing.
Okay.
Like it is clear. Now that I know what it is, I thought I knew what it was. I thought it was promotions.
No, it's definitely not promotions.
It's not promotions. Marketing is
all creating a story.
Marketing is almost a philosophy.
Yes.
Like economics.
Yes.
Like it is not
creating a whole narrative.
And the narrative that is created in this country is not something that I like to play. That's not the story that I want to be a part of. So I don't necessarily like marketing.
We can start a black ass marketing firm.
But you're still a black company in America. And trust me, at a black company in America, and I'm telling you, I don't like marketing.
I'm talking about black in the way that you want to.
And who we gonna sell it to?
Man, we can talk about it.
All right. All right. I'm looking forward to that conversation. But there are several ways to market a situation. Because I haven't traveled, this is the only way I know in this traveling situation. there are so many different things that we're going to do when we get home, when we get closer to the relationships and the people that I know. And then when we come back here, after continuing to build relationships here with a few individuals that I have connected with here, we'll come back and run that home situation. But that's all I know is like go spray paint a joint, get people's attention, get it off. We're going to try to do the thing in New York, but I'm going to try a different approach in New York.
Okay.
And niggas don't got the money to be doing formal marketing. We don't have the cash to put up a fucking bus panel, because this would be an amazing billboard. I just put a tape right over that. Move one piece of tape. Put a tape right over that titty. That's a motherfucking billboard right there. The aftercare joint. That is a beautiful ad. Beautiful ad.
You could definitely post something like that in New York. You may even could post something like that down here. I don't know if
but it wouldn't be what I'm saying. It wouldn't
DC
be sanctioned.
Would I don't know. That might be a tough sell, even with the tape. Trying to get somebody to approve the.
No, exactly. Nah, it couldn't be sanctioned.
Oh, so you do like wheat paste or some shit?
Yeah, and that's Gorilla.
Okay. I'm pro wheat paste. I've done it a couple of times.
Yeah,
I'm pro wheat paste.
You got to do what you got to do to get your shit off. But until I got to learn some more strategies, or actually, it's not learn more strategies. It's exactly what we said at the beginning of this conversation. It is, we are the people who intersect with community intentionally. So while we're here following this festival, there still has to be a way that we can still intentionally connect with community here so that we can continue to grow. And also, so our magazine can continue to have different perspectives. I mean, that's all.
Lead with a little more grace. Not so much gumption.
Depends on the person. Gumption has worked a few times. And that's why I feel like, and now, if it had been me on the phone conversation with her directly, been a different thing. But I feel like you understand.
Would your energy have been as high as it was with me?
No, okay. I wanted to.
Because you definitely would not have been successful with her.
Oh, hell nah, man. Hell nah.
Nah.
I wanted to implore the at all means desperation I was in, so that you would at least say something. I knew you wasn't going to be like, hey, my man BeMo, go pull up with breakfast, beignets, give you $1,000. Yeah, I mean, he got you, whatever. I knew you weren't going to say all that, but I knew you was going to be at least in a position to be like, my man's is here. It is short notice. Check him out. If you fucking with it, it could be something y'all interested in. If not, it is what it is. So, and I feel like, we got the answer that you expected, that I expected, and here we are.
Oh, so you expected the answer that you.
Yeah, I mean, I knew essentially it would be the long shot answer was, oh yeah, I'm fucking with this. Y'all come sit outside. Y'all just get a happy hour situation going on. I'm saying we gonna interview you. Y'all want to interview us? Let's try to get it on. We gonna adopt you. Yeah, I mean, matter of fact, come get on the mic, say a couple words. That was like the long shot situation.
Wishful thinking is good.
It is.
We need that.
Because I am a foolish optimist, but the realistic situation was more than likely it was either going to cost me more money than I had, or it wasn't going to happen. But I couldn't tell you, like, I don't know if it's going to work, because I didn't want you to have the energy of, like, my man said, it's cool, it's not cool, definite to her, so you can get a definite answer.
Okay, I see what you did.
I hope you don't feel manipulated.
I do not. I feel like a good buffer.
Yeah, I mean, that's what,
a good buffer, a good filter, because, again.
If I'd have came in with the Diddy, as soon as I pressed play on the joint, I was like, oh, no, that wouldn't have worked. Oh, no, that wouldn't have worked. I don't know her.
Yeah.
I don't know that lady.
Yeah. Well, again, y'all here, y'all making it happen.
And we finna go make it happen. And that's why we finna let y'all go. Actually, before we do that, Lady of the House, do we have any comments? We got some good comments?
Let's see. Cadero Davis says, good morning from LA. Okay.
Oh, good morning.
I can't make this bigger.
Good morning, LA. Forever I love LA.
Oh, I don't know what
That's Fila.
Marcus is here. He said, what's good, folks?
Marcus!
I love go-go, but the people that came with it brought too much
Oh,
trouble.
Lord.
Which is what was seen on Juneteenth. Sad but true. Nobody's paying that much for rent once that brought to their doorstep. We got a lot of people.
Don't engage with Marcus, man. He was our villain. Have you seen Marcus in the comments?
Nah. I hadn't even watching. Nah.
Oh man, yeah. Marcus is our conservative villain who likes to watch the show.
Oh, that's all good.
He definitely. You didn't hear? You heard what the lady house
Yeah,
said?
I heard. I mean,
they bringing the property value down.
I mean, you always need a contrarian.
Me too.
You
know what?
That's what makes conversations enjoyable for me.
I do not like the term contrarian. That sounds like somebody telling me that I'm just being differential on purpose. You don't know that. You don't know me. What if I just think opposite of you? Telling me I'm
on the contrary.
All right. All right, for sure. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's it?
Kendall said he's been dealing with the same issue that you've been dealing with in real time as a filmmaker from Maryland and Denver.
My man Kendall just moved to Denver. Now he's trying to figure out how he's going to come from this area, well, not this area, coming from the DMV area, going to Denver, and how do you integrate with the community? It's no festival in town on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I still need clients on Wednesday.
Right.
It's no festival in town. All right, sweetheart, you want to do me a favor?
What's up?
I need the burning question.
Oh, damn. How you? I don't know. Special show, so
you didn't have no burning question?
Yeah, no.
So you have no question on your mind right now?
I wasn't thinking about one.
Well, I'll give you a second.
How about you ask Geronimo?
I asked Geronimo a burning question.
Okay, I'm ready. I hope I'm ready. I'm ready.
Ooh, here's a good question. And maybe you need more time to sit with it.
Okay.
But if there was something, is there something missing from this magazine? Give me your notes. You gave me praise, and I appreciate that. Okay. But as I learned from my, I think I was in sophomore studies, which was really literary analysis at Howard. And my professor told me the smarter your audience gets, the more they expect. And so I'm looking at you as one of you in the top branches of the smartest folks that I know. What are your thoughts?
Okay, well, first, thank you for the high praise. I appreciate that. I would like to see a little more text.
Mm-hmm.
Some more, because editorial works perfect for magazines like this. So
right.
Maybe one maybe two if it doesn't get too busy with the layout. Editorials about whatever. Again, this is a full concept, not solely erotica.
Right.
So you saw an ad in there for an artist.
Yeah.
I saw a brother upcycling blankets.
Yep.
What else? There could be something in there about politics.
Good.
Which I think would be very, very, especially these days. Yeah, definitely something about politics.
Yeah.
Or maybe something about music. Yeah, something about music. Perhaps y'all should create monthly playlists or something.
Yeah.
And for whatever type of theme.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be just like something basic like songs to fuck to. Like it don't gotta be like that's pretty basic.
We about to get the fuck in.
Fuck action mixtape. Like we don't. But yeah, so something like that. Playlist would be good. Something that could keep people engaged between issues.
Yeah.
If there's, this doesn't have to be something that's every issue, but if there are events coming up at the time of release of an issue or in between issues, maybe that are pertinent to readership or
community building.
Like put those in there, things like that.
Yeah.
So definitely some more text in that regard.
Yeah.
To round it out a bit more.
Okay. For sure. We do have our plans for our digital issue, which is, I think, distributed monthly or every 6 weeks. We're still trying to have a conversation of what that is. But it's essentially it's an extension of that with more materials to your point, the things that we were talking about in the brainstorm. So yeah, we couldn't fit it in our little 9-page or our little 9-panel situation. But definitely, as we move towards issue 1, as we move towards like the real book, not the real book, as we move towards our book version of the magazine, definitely trying to be have more conversations. Because even like Playboy is mostly text.
Yes.
And not even close. It's like mostly text. So yeah, we'll keep it, we'll keep engaging that. We got to build our team, still a 3-man team. Hey man, can I tell you a secret?
What's that?
Can I be honest on the show?
You absolutely can.
Can I tell you a secret, be honest?
Always.
This shit's hard as fuck. This shit's hard as a motherfucker, man. And expensive than a bitch.
Yeah, you dealing with physical media.
Yeah.
This shit was hard and expensive, and I'm tired, and I'm excited, and we gotta go sell magazines on the street. Yeah, that's what we about to go do.
So, and I'm gonna send y'all another contributor picture of me.
Okay.
I don't like that.
You don't like that one?
I don't like that one.
Okay, for sure.
I don't like that. Is not on my Instagram. I'm about to
It's
look.
not on your gram. Look on your gram.
That ain't on there.
You gotta take that up. You gotta take that up with the production department.
It's all good, but
That's me as well.
That's me. You gotta take it up with me.
Take it up. You gotta set a meeting. We need to call the team man.
Just send me an email, man. That's that. Yeah, this ain't on there. Where y'all find that picture? Where the hell you find that picture?
I don't know.
Well, anyway, I'm send y'all another one.
Yeah, after we we only got 2,000 copies of this joint, but that's cool. Yeah, when we get rid of those, yeah, we can definitely. Actually, you know what? In the digital, it'll be changed for sure.
Okay.
In the digital, it'll definitely be changed.
Okay.
But yeah, that's Did I ask you a question?
You didn't ask me the burning. Oh, the burning question was.
Oh, what's
Yeah, more feedback on the. Okay, yeah. Can you? I can take another question if you got time. I like answering questions. Don't nobody ask me questions. I ask everybody else questions.
119.
What do you mean? I want I've been in my queer studies bag.
Okay.
I had a revelation.
This is gonna be interesting.
I had a revelation.
And by the way, even though I'm an ancient member of the crew, I actually am pretty well informed and educated. I'm just.
Hey, that's what this is what I want to talk about.
I'm getting better. I am getting better. I am getting better.
I feel like your ancientness is a operation not of respect or tolerance or like even like trying to formulate a new safety and community. It's age.
Yeah, it's definitely age.
It's just straight
like
age.
It's
but in a very direct way.
It's when and where and how I grew up.
Right.
I'm by no means disrespectful. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not. No, but it's like
the language update.
It's a language up, like a real language update. So I do a lot of sitting and listening, and taking in a lot of information, and letting people know, hey, y'all young people doing y'all thing. I admire it because when I was out here at that age, it wasn't like that.
A different time.
It was a completely different time. Again, it was back. It was rough. Like it wasn't people. The way people used to come at people back in the day, in like the 90s and the early 2000s. That shit. Yeah, it was different. It was different. But y'all have more tools to your disposal now.
Yeah.
And there's a different type of community building that I see as well, which, again, as part of being feeling like more of an Xer than a millennial a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like that was like the generation that really benefited from all the shit that the boomers did before. So it's just like, we good.
Right.
And that's how a lot of us lived up until it was like, oh, wait, we need the product update.
Right. Wow. So like, okay, so then how do you get better at that?
You have to want to.
Right.
I recognize a lot of the people that I interact with, who identify as queer, trans. I am transgender. You know what I mean? Who identify as non-binary, gender non-conforming, while understanding that a lot of people that I spend time around, a lot of other people I spend time around, are none of those things.
Yeah.
Don't have the slightest idea. Don't even really care to. They know who I am.
Yeah.
They know what I am, and they fuck with me. And I think by my existence and showing that we are all very different. We're not a one size fits all. And I come with love, man.
Yeah.
You know, that has made them a bit more open.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say tolerant. I don't like that word when talking about stuff like this.
Yeah.
Because it makes it sound like, you know,
Like
you just want
imposing.
we just want people to put up with us.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
like
that's,
you just matter.
yeah. So that make them more open. But anyway, you gotta want to. Number one. You gotta want to. Yeah, you gotta want to. And then just like I said, just listen. Just listen. And for me, don't be afraid to ask questions. Do your own research. And just like also take the time to think, okay, well, why, if something makes you feel a way, it's like, well, why do you feel a way about it?
Right.
You know, really process that. But understand too, like there's always generational shifts. You know? So this is just, we are just a part of that. And it's bound to happen. Like nothing stays the same as much as people fight to keep things the same, as much as so many people in this country are trying to revert back to a more puritanical time. Nothing stays the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, but at the end of at the core of it, you have to want to do it.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do it, then you know, yeah. But your question.
My question was, how do you get better? And you said, listen.
Oh yeah.
Gotta want to.
Yeah.
All right. That was my question. I mean, if I wanted to extend it, like, how do you want straight people to show up in these places, or are you the buffer? Because I didn't know that you were trans until I think you flippantly said it on one of our All the Fly Kids, and I was like, wait, what? Yeah. All right.
So that's another thing. So
Yeah.
when we speak about things like privilege, you know, I'm said to have passing privilege.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, damn. Well, that's true though. I see it.
And
I both feel for you and understand at the same time.
I mean, it's like I know how lucky I am to be able to go to places that.
So you light skinned trans? That's what they called you? That's what you called you? That's what they called you?
I'm like, that's a black ass light skinned motherfucker right there. Let me tell you.
Damn.
Black ass light skinned motherfucker.
Jeez.
Ain't never seen nobody like that. But yeah, man, like I understand how lucky I am to go into a lot of places that I go.
Yeah.
Where other people who identify with any of them letters
Gotcha.
may not, especially if
Gotcha.
they are queer, non-binary, trans,
Yeah.
all those things. You know, gender non-conforming. I mean, gender queer, stuff like that. So I keep that in mind, but I also make sure I make anybody who may stand out from the norm know, like, you good with me.
Yeah.
Like, say as an Uber driver, like, trans women get in my car all the time, and you know, people who, you know, essentially end up through conversation letting me know that they're queer.
Yeah.
You know, who may have a certain look that's not normative in any way. Or
Right.
whatever, a standard. I let them know, like, you good here.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't know I'm trans till I tell them.
Right.
And so I just that's the energy that I give them, you know. But with that as well, yeah, I'm just always mindful of that.
Yeah.
I'm always mindful of that, you know. But yeah, being the buffer. So about being the buffer, the translator even. I know that is one of the things that I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
While I'm on this earth.
Okay.
Because
And you're okay with it?
well, it comes to me naturally. You know, there aren't many people who can float through so many different social groups with ease.
Yeah.
And so with that, we have to, again, be mindful of that privilege, that ability, that skill that is innate, and use it for good. You know, and so that's what I do. That's what I do. And that's why I get angry a lot of times, especially on, like, when it comes to, like, these product updates.
Yeah.
And the jargon becomes too academic.
Yeah.
You know, too many $5 words. I'm like,
That's not gonna hit.
and I'm just like, why the fuck? Like, I know everything that you're saying.
That's
I
why
know
you love P-Valley.
I know the meaning of
Yeah.
everything that you're saying. I could use it in proper context, you know. But so if I could do that, I know you don't have to use that word too.
Right.
You know, and then turn around and say, you know, Google is your friend or Google is free.
Right.
You know, it's like, but then on the same token, like, you know, talk about the oppression of black people as a collective. And I'm like, well, you're not acting in a very collective, community-minded, communal-minded way by saying you go do your own research, person over there. You know, like you got to check your privilege in that way and your elitism in that way. You know, so that's why I get upset about stuff like that. But yeah, man, I'm okay. I'm okay with it. I'm good with it.
You good?
I'm good with it. I'm good with it. So, because again, it doesn't seem like work to me.
It's just a thing.
It's just what I do. It's just what I do.
Well, Geronimo, we want to thank you for joining us for the.
Thanks for having me. I am honored to be a guest on the show. How many guests have y'all had?
Is your first guest?
Yeah.
Like one camera guest, you the first one?
Okay, wow. I'm honored to be number one, first guest.
In season 4, we hope to release and season 4 will be debuting our Saturdays where we'll have interviews with people live, smoke a blunt with them live, have conversations like this, more interview based. It's definitely gonna help with the networking and the growth of the podcast, but also like, you know, just want to talk to different people, get a different perspective, maybe even like test some of our theories from the show on with other people. We'll do that in season 4. But until season 4, you can always check us out on Spotify, on podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, or BeMo Authentic. Instant replays are on Twitter and YouTube. Thank y'all for watching season 4. We will end the show as always. I feel like we've been playing this whole song the whole season with The Best of Me from Yaj and Dill's Alt and Delete 2. If you haven't heard it, do so right now. Matter of fact, just don't even watch the video because you should have watched the video last time. Just go put on the album. Have a good Sunday.
Peace out, y'all. That's all I got. Yeah. Peace out.
Good morning. Lady of the house, you got the last word.
Oh, wow. You live from New Orleans? It's a good, yeah.
Live from New Orleans. Good morning.
Good morning.
Live from New Orleans. Good morning.
Good morning.
This sounds terrible. We have our biggest show in 3 days, and you still don't have it down.
Paige, come on. I mean, I took like 3 weeks to learn this tambourine, and honestly, you're the one who's always late to band practice.
I think we're all just hungry. Like, yeah, just be cool, man.
I might have been a little flat.
Mercury's in retrograde, and I need to protect my peace. I'm out of here.
Wait, what? What does that even mean? Wait.
Hey, one of y'all musty. What's that smell? I know you better open this garage door. God dang.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I won't dismiss, won't take the blame this time for your bad vibrations, for your low frequency.
I really let you get the best of me, and you really got me out of body thinking, well, will he speak his piece, so keep the peace instead of saying something I regret.
But take my energy, won't get the best of me, best of me, best of me. But take my energy, won't get the best of me, best of me, best of me.
Sick, I'm paid, that's all I gotta say. Can't sing alone. The flowers in the way. I was sipping pressed juice when the sky set ablaze. I've been way too humble, thinking sound to entertain, yeah.
But take my energy, won't get the best of me, best of me, best of me. But take my energy, won't get the best of me, best of me, best of me.
Forget what I said, 'cause I forgot what I meant. I'm over my head. Think I forgot where I live. I forgot where I live. Forget what I said. I forgot what I said. I forgot what I meant. I forgot
I'm sure something's in retrograde right now, so transmission is fuzzy. Nonetheless, much love, and don't forget, protect your energy.